Hey everybody, Callie here from the Ontario SPCA, and I'm joined by my wonderful friend Alex, all the way up at our Sudbury and District Animal Center. How you doing, Alex?
I'm great. I'm doing great. It's a great morning here, so.
So let's jump right into it. We want to share a little bit about you and a little bit about the Sudbury Center. So I want to start, Alex, just with a little bit of background about yourself. How long have you been with the organization, and why did you decide to get into this line of work?
A long time ago when I was just a little grade 12 student, I did a co-op actually at Hamilton Burlington SPCA when I was just kind of fresh into I knew I wanted to work with animals, but I had no idea what I was doing. So I went there. I was cleaning dogs most of the time. That's pretty much all I did. So I only got a little tidbit of what sort of the whole center does. And then I moved it actually into exotics. So I did exotic rescues for a long time. I traveled throughout Southern Ontario and did talks about native reptiles and amphibians and sort of how to properly care for them, and a lot about education. And then I worked at Science North for a few years. I worked with some animals, but mostly just education and science. And then finally, I got to come to Sudbury SPCA. I've been here, I guess, for a year and 2 months. I believe I started off as an ACA 1, so just at the lowest level. And then just recently, I'm now the ACA 3, which is a different position. I've been in that position since right before we went into quarantine. So like almost 4 months.
Wow. So I just learned a whole world about you that I did not know. That's amazing. It's pretty exciting to hear about the extensive background that you have in all sorts of different areas of animal care and animal welfare. But of course, the educational piece of it as well, which is such a big part of what we do as an organization. Not to mention, you're a total ray of sunshine. So I think anybody who's watching this can feel like, I'm so glad Alex is caring for our animals, because look at her smiling all the time.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. I think a lot of my background, because I spoke in public so much, and I think that's one of the reasons I was successful, is because I can't help it. The smile is always there. So.
Well, okay, so I want to know a little bit about what's going on at the center. Obviously, things are different right now. We're so used to communicating with the public on a regular basis, having people come in every single day, visiting with the animals. So it's been quieter in one sense, I guess, but at the same time, on the animal care side, it's not a whole lot different. Talk to me a little bit about how things are going there in Sudbury.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, in terms of people, obviously, huge difference. We would have people come in every day of the week, Monday through to Sunday, right? They're always looking to adopt, looking to chat with us. Because Sudbury is kind of a small area, we know our adopters pretty well. We have a really great community who's super involved. So not being able to see those people is obviously really different. But in terms of animal care, the staff reduction has been interesting. So all the staff are still working, just with different hours. So I'm used to working with 3, maybe 4 people. We get all of our cleaning done nice and quick in the morning, but now it's 2 staff, so it takes us a little bit longer. But then instead of doing appointments for the rest of the day, or spay neuters for the rest of the day, or adoptions, we get to actually spend time with individual animals. So we get to learn a lot about them. We get to work on different things. So with dog behaviors or cat behaviors even, we get to really get to know them and work on things that really want to work on. And with being in a shelter for an extended period of time, it's really critical to make sure that they're happy and healthy and enriched. So our whole afternoon is basically spent doing that. So it's actually been different, but really nice, and in the same way, because I really get to know the animals. So.
That is nice. And I think you were telling me a little bit earlier about a particular animal that you've been working with very closely, and I guess you've grown a bit of a bond to. So tell me a little bit about this animal.
Yeah, so his name is Achilles. So when he first came in, we actually had 9 cats and 2 dogs all come in from the same home. So not from the Sudbury area. I think it was a little bit farther north. And when they came in, they were matted from head to toe, super dirty, and really just generally afraid of people. So when we first met them, they were cowering. I don't know what happened to them, but they didn't like to be touched. They didn't like anything. So when we first met them, we really had to go through brush, groom, vaccinate, all that stuff. And then it was nice because physically they were feeling better, which is great, because once you shave a cat who's full of mats, they were in distress and now they're not, which kind of turns their personality around a little bit. It actually is really, really important to make sure that the overall physicality of the cat is important to their mental health too. So once we got through getting them clean, we were able to work on their health. But the one cat we had the biggest problem with was Achilles. So he came in with really large open bite wounds all over his legs and feet. The one was particularly large, and it was actually an old dog bite wound. And as we later learned, the infection was so deep and old that it had gotten into his bones, which is a big issue because it can affect all sorts of things when it's in the bone marrow. So we got him on a different medication, which was really great. He's been gaining weight and eating. And now just last week, he's actually started to reach out and give a paw and try and pull your hand closer for petting, which is so cute because he used to just cower whenever we would open a kennel. So we put him in a bigger space, tried to get him a bit more relaxed so he could kind of read from us if he needed to. But now he actually looks forward to seeing us in the morning, which is incredible. We've also taught him how to play. So his favorite thing in the world is little mouse toys. He gets them everywhere, all over his kennel. He puts it in his food and in his water and on his bed and everywhere. And it's so great to see him really come out of his shell and be the cat he was always supposed to be. So yeah, he's doing very well. I love him very much.
I love those stories, Alex, and hearing that, like, honestly, it just like makes my heart go, honestly. And I think about you guys, you know, I know that all the other animal centers have stories just like that too. You know, and I think that's where, you know, I'm myself, I want to just say, thank you guys. You know, sometimes in the day to day we get, you know, you're watching the news, you know, you're forgetting about things that are happening maybe in someone else's day to day, and thinking about you guys there working with the animals one-on-one every single day, making sure they're okay, making sure you know, a cat like Achilles gets exactly what he needs and has made a full turnaround. Like, that's exactly why we're in the work that we do. So thank you so much.
No, it's exactly why I do what I do, because it's of all the things in the world, the things that make me feel best are cats like Achilles and every cat that walks through the center. If I can make their life even a fraction better, then that's all that really matters to me. So
You're awesome.
thank you so much for having me. I super appreciate it.
I love talking to you, Alex, and I hope to talk to you again. Have an amazing day. And
Yes,
tell everybody in Sudbury I say hi.
I will. Thank you so much.